Okay, so I'm just doing a video. I haven't been in a few of them because I've actually been sick. Jack's been trying to get me to do some, and I just didn't really fucking feel like it. So I've got an annual leave day today, and I just thought I'd do a little video on tattoos and why I think you should get them. um, I have many. I love them. My first experience was positive. It was like one of the best. And I think having a good experience the first time is where you will like it. I think I have a high tolerance of pain threshold, so I I like the pain. I enjoy sitting in the chair or laying down in the chair and getting work done. It's good. I don't know, it's nice. Um, I've got a few things to talk about, like with tattoos. It took me 3 years to decide my first one. It was something I didn't go into lightly. I got to a weight goal. I think that's what it was. I got to an ideal weight goal I was really happy with. So it wasn't impulsive. It was planned, and that was kind of like my gift to myself for getting there, a milestone, I suppose. And it was a phoenix, so it was kind of like symbolic in a way that um, obviously not risen from the ashes, but in the sense of reaching my goal and a new chapter, I suppose. So I felt that the phoenix, I found a really nice phoenix bird, and I liked it and got that done. That was my choice. You always be creative. Impulsive will be creative. If you're impulsive with tattoos and go, fuck it, I just want to get one, you will get something creative. It may not be symbolic to you. Some people like the symbology of having a tattoo, which a lot of mine were, and then I went and got flames. There's nothing symbolic about it. If I was an arsonist, maybe, but it's just a tattoo. Um, being Planning a tattoo can be a bit more memorable, I guess, because you're deciding what you want and the reasons why. There might be a reason. It doesn't have to be a sad reason. You know, a lot of people, when somebody passes on or it's a memory thing, it can be a happy thing. It could be something completely stupid, but you might plan it. Like if you went on a trip or you went away and you went somewhere and it was memorable to you, that will be something that you'll think about. You'll look at that and you'll think of that in a good light, I suppose. Um, to me, I think a tattooist or who you go to is, I've always said it because my first experience, and like I've got a lot now. I've got a lot of tattoos. I class my tattooist as like my physician, my doctor. I only go to one. I think that's the safest bet. I had the best experience my first time, and I would not change. I would not go to someone else. I did go away, saw my sister in Perth, and I was tempted to go, and then I thought about it. That was an impulse one. I thought about it, and I thought, so if this person fucks up, I've got to go back to my original tattooist and say, hey, can you fix this? Which I do. I think about that probably because the experience that I've had with, which I do with my tattooist, has been excellent. So I won't go to another tattooist. I'll be devastated if he closes down because then that's kind of like the end. Maybe one day I might, but my experiences with this guy that I go to, he's great, and I just, I wouldn't change that. And that's how I see my tattooist, is like, you doctor. You won't go to another one. Like, I can't. He's an artist. It's not just a job, I suppose. And that's one of the things, like, when you think about going to a tattoo place, like, if they have a rap for doing shitty jobs, there's usually a reason behind it. Like, they probably do shitty jobs. Like, word of mouth can go far. I have told multiple people of who I go to, um, because of the experience I've had. My brother, when he turned 18, I took him there to get his first tattoo, and he's gone back. He wants more. He's only got a couple. Um, And it goes from there. It's word of mouth. I tell everyone who asks about mine, or if they're thinking on getting one, they do. Some of them come to me now and ask me for a little bit of advice on like where to get it. If it hurts, obviously, yes, it fucking does. I don't like people who say that it doesn't, because it does. At some point, it'll fucking hurt. People sit there, no, I felt no pain. Well, obviously, whoever did it did a shonky job, because you would feel pain at some point. You know? And don't ask the tattooist, is it going to hurt? Because they're not going to say no. No, you'll be fine. You know? I don't get it when people do that. Like, yes, all of my tattoos hurt. But it's obviously your tolerance for pain. If you can handle it, I can. I do. I like it. But having said that, certain parts of the body where I've got the tattoo done, yes, it's hurt more than others. And some it's fucking burnt. That's what it feels like. This, yes, it's flames. But right here, that section, I felt like I was on fire. This was the only one. I got this done in 2 stages. So before the color, he did the outline of the flames on the whole, like both sides. And this one, I have to say, this was impromptu, because the design that I gave him only went to each side of my arm. He did all that freehand, and he literally got a pen and drew it on and then went from there, and it turned out fucking fantastic. So if your tattooist can't do that, then there's something wrong with them. They're not a tattooist. They're just, well, they're a tattooist, but they're not an artist. And all across here, it burnt. It felt on fire. The nerve endings, and this is the only one. First time the outline, perfect. Outline equals easy. It doesn't hurt as much because the needle moves progressively. Then when you go and get all the shading, they got to stay there and zing, 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 zing constantly. And that's what hurts. The shading, to me anyway. The shading hurts. And this is the only tattoo where I actually laid on the bed thing, on the chair, and didn't say a word. I just laid there. And he's like, what's wrong, Mel? I'm like, nothing, it's just quite painful. This actually fucking hurts this time. And another thing with that is because I also stopped exercising. So my skin was a bit different. It was dry. And it makes a difference. I do believe in drinking a fuckload of water. That also, having said that, is because when Jack, my brother, obviously, when he got his lion, he bled badly. Like, it was coming out shitload, like lots and lots of blood. Like, he didn't have enough water intake. That's why I say they don't drink alcohol, obviously, because it dries you out, really. But he bled heaps, like a lot. And I think if you consume a lot more water and you moisturize, like I solidly moisturize. One of the nights before one of my tattoos, actually, I lathered, I think it was one of my leg tattoos, I lathered my leg up, wrapped it in Glad Wrap just for a couple of hours, just to get full moisture in the skin, because if your skin is supple and soft, it will not hurt as much. People think, oh, softer skin, no, you want tough skin, hard skin. It's actually probably harder to penetrate, I think, with the needles. So I believe in moisturizing, which I did. And then aftercare, I always use bio oil. It's always good for the skin. It's not a scar, but it's more about repairing the skin. Not while you're actually use the Bepanthen when it's healing. And one of the best ways to let it heal is not lather it up all the time. It is to wash, have a shower, like you don't scrub or anything. You just run your hand over with soap and then just, wipe it down. Pat it dry and leave it. Let it air dry. Let it dry. Don't cover it with anything. No Bepanthen. Just leave it. Like, mine healed in less than 2 weeks for most of mine. They just healed quickly. Can be longer depending on where it is. If you actually were not hurt, but the skin was extra, like, more tender in that area, it can take a little bit longer. But 2 weeks for me, or less, is what it took to completely heal. One of them at work I actually scratched. Like, I've got a few on this arm. Okay. This one here, I scratched, and he repaired it, like, which is good. A tattooist will fix it up. If he, that one I did tell him it was my fault, but if he fucks up, he will fix it. As an artist, he'll fix it, because they take pride in their work. And that's coming from like a fellow drawer, which I am. You take pride in what you do. I do that with anything, really. You take pride in what you do and you fix it. If you go to a tattooist and they don't do that, then they're not an artist. They're just an establishment with an ABN number doing a job. And that can lead to a bad experience or a bad, just an overall, the experience that you go when you go to an establishment, like go to a massage place or, you know, go get a massage or go to a hair, makeup, whatever, you expect an experience, like an overall package. You don't just expect to be, okay, you're this number, you're booked in for this time, you go in, you do it, done, see ya. I can't be bothered with you anymore. If you go to a place like that, I would recommend going somewhere else. But that's only because of my experiences with every time that I've went. And because I am a regular, and I'm probably a bit annoying, I don't know. I constantly, hey, what's up? Can you fit me in? Like, and usually he does. I have to travel 2 hours to go see him. I won't go to anyone local. There's only one guy local who, sorry, the first time I went to him, he was really arrogant. You know, I went to him with designs, an idea of what was requested. It was actually for Jack. And he pretty much shot me down straight to my face and was like, yeah, well, what do you want? I don't have time. Like, you won't get it for 3 or 4 months. And he was really arrogant. And I thought, you're an arrogant fucking prick. I'll never go to you again. And that's what I went to this one. And he's great. I wouldn't change it. I will fucking go back to him for the rest of my life. I'm hoping to get some more done soon, actually. It's all about money, too. Money. Money, money, money. It does cost money. But, you know what? You pay for what you get for. If it's cheap, it's usually dodgy. You know, $50 job in the backyard, I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. For your own personal health as well. But just for the job in general, like, you gotta wear that the rest of your life. I mean, yeah, you can get it lasered off now, which it does hurt. I read about it, like it literally boils the moisture and like water in your skin to the surface and erases it pretty much. It looks fucking horrible. Like, I'd rather get my whole body tattooed head to toe than have one erased. It hurts more. And I mean, for the amount of time it takes to get the tattoo done compared to erasing it, it's quick, but it's pretty much a second-degree burn, I would say. Know what you want to. Always know what you want. Like, don't go to a tattooist and say, what do you think? Because they're going to come at you, which this guy that I now go to, he does. Because he's had so many idiots ring up, what do you want? Like, I don't know what I want. I don't know what I want. And he'll just turn around and say, right, I'm going to give you a tattoo sleeve full of penises. It's a good choice. So just have an idea. You don't have to know everything, but you need to be creative yourself if there's something you want. You've got to have some idea of what you want. Really. Do you go to the supermarket and go up to the counter of the checkout, like one of the girls, and say, what should I buy? Do you go to a clothing store and what shirt should I get? You know, it's an establishment. It's another shop just like everywhere else. So, do you go to the gym? What machine should I use? You have to have some idea of what you fucking want. So just think of it like any other store. You've got to have some idea. You know, do you have a list when you go shopping? Maybe have some designs of what you actually want. Think about things like that. That's why Impulse, yes, can be good. I mean, they have a heap of designs that you can choose from, but I don't know, it's a personal thing. Like, yes, it'll be good, But is that really what you wanted? Don't think about it later and be like, I wish I didn't get that. Because, well, you should have thought about it then. If that's what you're like. Yes, I'm impulsive. I've had a couple like done within 3 weeks, like they usually get done. But I have thought about it. Meaningful ones too. There's meaning. Like all these ones here. These have meaning. You know, that's my star sign. That's my earth symbol for my star sign. That's my ruling planet. And that one is a Nordic labyrinth. So there's some meaning and symbolism in all of these. Not all of mine, but there is meaning in some. And then I decided I like art. Like I just want design, you know? And I've stuck with that. I've stuck with, you know, if I like it, I'm gonna get it, you know? So anyway, I will have some pictures of my tattoos as well as Jack's. Um, just tell me what you think. And I'm pretty sure I'll have another tattoo video because Jack has an opinion about everything. And I'm sure he will need to make it known. Thank you.